what's up you guys? Marty Schwartz here, guitarjams.com. I was thinking about a video that I want to lay out in a certain way. I'm going to show the 5 positions of the minor pentatonic scale right now. Knowing the 5 positions of the pentatonic doesn't just make you into a great lead guitar player, but it's a great reference point. I'm just going to break them down for you, show them to you. Also at guitarjams.com I have a bunch of lessons that show you what to do with these scales and the different positions. So you can always click the link below, check out the site. You can try it for free for 3 days if you like. But let me show you these positions. Here we go. Alright, so I'm going to show you the minor pentatonic scale in the key of A. So like, let's talk about, if you're playing the blues and it's an A, and then you have the next chord, next chord. That means that you're in the key of A, so we're going to use the A minor pentatonic even when it does the chord changes. But anyway, this is just a reference point. So I like to learn these positions by where the roots are. I like to memorize them by where the roots are. That's how it helped me the most. So what we want to do is each position really pay attention to where the root is, because that's how I plug them in. Also, you can really play up and down the whole neck by knowing these as well. But there's a lot of different methods to doing that. Here are the shapes. We're A minor pentatonic. The A note is right there on the 5th fret of the low E string. And so in this position, it's kind of our master position. One of my mentors, Bob Ryan, calls it the home row. But basically, yeah, it's what we kind of all learn to solo with first. But so in this position, when you have the root on the E string, you got it on the 5th of the E, you got it on the 7th of the D, and then you've got it on the 5th of the high E again. And the shape itself is 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8, and backwards. I'm going to teach you the position below that one. So the root is still on the low E string, but we're going to be in a position below. So we want to know where the roots are in this position as well. 5th here still. But the next time we get the root is going to be on the 2nd fret of the G. And then it's also going to be on the 5th of the high E. This position, the root's right there, but we have a note below it. So we were going to have 3, 5, 3, 5 again. And this is the little beginning of the extension that I usually teach people before this whole scale. But that's not what we're doing in this video. 3, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. So those are the exact same notes as this, just in a different spot on the neck. Listen, if I start with the root, okay, let's go to the next position. And the root now, when we go to the next one up from here, the root is on the 7th fret of the D. So that's kind of how I would maybe locate it. And then also 10th fret of the B. And most guys will learn this little box before they learn the whole shape. And this little piece of that position. So the root's right there, and the position looks like this. 8, 10 on the E, 7, 10 on the A, 7, 10 on the D, 7, 9 on the G, 8, 10 on the B, 8, 10 on the high E. most of your licks and scales are going to sound nice resolving to the root. Okay, so just to recap, here's the first one. The one below it, root's still there. 3 5 3 5 2 5 2 5 3 5 3 5. And then up here, the root's there or right here. And you've got 8 10 7 10 7 10 7 9 8 10 8 10 and back. Okay, the next position up, this one I use a lot, has the root on the A string, 12th fret on the A string. The other spot would be on the 10th of the B. Good to know. So there's the root, but you'd have this. 10, 12 on the E, 10, 12 on the A, 10, 12 on the D, 9, 12 on the G, 10, 13 on the B, and then 10, 12 on the high E. And if you look at this little 3-string box right here, exact same notes as right here. So you'd have 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 9, 12, 10, 13, 10, 12. Okay? The last one, before it starts back to this one, it has the root on the A string still, and the roots are going to be on the 12th fret of the A and the 14th fret of the G. And so you'd have this though, 12 to 15 on the low E, 12 to 15 on the A, then 12, 14 on the D, 12, 14 on the G, and then 13, 15 on the B, and then 12 to 15 on the high E. And then that's all of them, but you can see the root starts over right here, so then I would have that second position I taught you right here. So those are the positions. It's not, how to solo or what to do with them, but it's just a reference point, so you can start working on those. I think it's good to know those positions as well when you want to branch out into what are called the modes, or also adding appropriate half steps to make those positions the blues scale. And actually I'll do that right now. That first position, you'd add the 6th to the A, and you'd add the 8th to the G. And then that would become the blues scale. And when we're in this position, we want to add the 6th fret of the A. And then we got a stretch right there. The blues note's also right there. You can hear it. Then we're going to add the 4th fret on the B. Okay, now in this one, we've got 8, 10, and then the blues notes on the 11. 7, 8, 9 on the G. Then we've got 8, 10 on the B. And then we've got 8, 10 on the high E, but we're going to add our pinky to that 11. Knowing those roots, okay? Next one, the blues note's actually right on the 11th. And then you've got it again right here on the 13 of the D. Followed by the 9 on the G, 10 on the B, 13, and then you have the blues note again on the 11 of the high E. Okay, then when we get into this position, it's right here on the 13 of the D, then 12, 14 on the G, then that blues note's going to happen again right here on the 16 of the B, or that same note's right there. And that blues note's always a passing tone. You never lay on it. It's always to go up to the next note or down to the lower note. Okay? All right, so there they are, and we'll talk soon.